The marble steps of the Sterling Grand Hotel were as hard as Miranda's heart when my head hit them. Each bounce down the sweeping staircase matched the rhythm of her designer heels clicking above me. Through blurred vision, I saw her perfectly made-up face sneering down from the landing. "That's what happens to rats who crawl above their station," she announced to her horrified gala guests. "Security, remove this trash." Blood trickled down my face as two guards approached hesitantly. They recognized me. Of course they did. I'd signed their paychecks just yesterday. "Mrs. Walker," one guard whispered, helping me up, "should we call an ambulance?" Miranda's laugh echoed through the gilded lobby. "An ambulance? For an accountant? Let her take the bus like the rest of the peasants." "Actually," I managed, touching my split lip, "call Dr. Harrison. Tell her to bring the hotel's incident report forms." Something flickered in Miranda's eyes, the first hint of uncertainty. Dr. Sarah Harrison wasn't just the hotel's chief medical officer. She was also head of the board's ethics committee. "You can't file a report," Miranda snapped. "I'm the hotel manager. And I'm the owner." I finished, straightening despite the pain. "Of this hotel and every other Sterling property worldwide." The champagne glass slipped from her manicured fingers, shattering on the marble she'd just used as a weapon. Her guests, the city's elite gathered for her, helping the poor charity gala, began to whisper. "Impossible," she breathed. "Marcus owns the chain." "Marcus sold his shares last week." I smiled through the blood. Apparently, his new wife's spending habits were becoming problematic. The color drained from her face as she realized what that meant. Marcus Walker, her husband of 8 months, had signed over his inheritance without telling her. The same Marcus who found her cleaning hotel rooms 5 years ago and elevated her to manager through marriage. "Security," I said quietly, "please escort Mrs. Walker to her office. She'll need to pack her things." "You can't fire me," she screeched. "I'm Marcus's wife." "Ex-wife, actually," a new voice called from the entrance. Marcus strode in, divorce papers in hand. The decree was finalized an hour ago. Miranda's perfect world cracked like the champagne glass at her feet. "Marcus, baby, what are you talking about?" "Did you think I wouldn't find out?" he asked coldly. "About the embezzlement? The fake charity foundation? Using my family's hotels to launder money?" "I did it for us," she protested. "You did it for yourself," I corrected, accepting an ice pack from Dr. Harrison. "Just like you did at the Roosevelt Hotel. And the plaza before that." Her eyes widened as she realized I knew her secrets. "How?" "Because I was the accountant who noticed the pattern," I said. 5 luxury hotels, 5 wealthy husbands, 5 mysterious bankruptcies. Until now. The whispers among her guests grew louder. Miranda's carefully cultivated image as a rags-to-riches success story was unraveling with each revelation. "The charity money," one guest demanded. "The donations from tonight." "We're going straight to her private account," Marcus finished. "Just like every other charity event she's hosted." Miranda's legs gave out, and she sank onto the stairs that had just been her weapon. "You can't prove anything." "Actually," I nodded to Dr. Harrison, who was photographing my injuries. "We can prove everything, including this assault, which happened in front of 50 witnesses. And security cameras," the guard added helpfully. Miranda's eyes darted around wildly, searching for an escape route. But her world was collapsing faster than she could scheme. "Shall I tell them about the other accidents?" I asked quietly. "The housekeepers who fell when they saw too much? The accountants before me who had mysterious car troubles after questioning the books?" "Those were coincidences," she whispered, but her guests were already backing away. Mrs. Walker, a police officer, stepped forward. I hadn't even noticed someone had called them. "We'd like you to come with us." As they led her away, her perfect facade crumbling with each step, I turned to address her abandoned guests. "The real charity gala will be held next week," I announced, "with actual donations going to actual causes, and a new hotel manager who understands that luxury isn't about pushing others down. It's about lifting them up." Dr. Harrison finished documenting my injuries. "You'll need stitches," she murmured. "Want to tell me how long you've been planning this?" I watched Miranda being escorted to a police car, her designer dress clashing with the handcuffs. Ever since she had my sister fired for reporting missing charity funds, some falls take time to arrange. Marcus touched my shoulder gently. "I'm sorry about the stairs." "I'm not," I smiled, despite the pain. Sometimes you have to fall before you can rise. Tomorrow we start rebuilding the Sterling name. And as Miranda took her final ride away from the hotel she thought she owned, I stood at the top of the same stairs she used to break me. Only one of us was truly broken now. Monday morning arrived with headlines screaming, "Hotel Harris exposed, a trail of fraud and violence." I sat in my office, formerly Miranda's luxury suite, reviewing security footage from the night of my fall. The doctors had cleared me, though the bruises painted a colorful story across my ribs. "The FI wants to interview you again," my assistant Sarah announced. She'd been one of Miranda's victims too, demoted to cleaning toilets after questioning a suspicious charity transfer. "Send them up," I nodded, touching the stitches above my eye. "And get me the files from the Roosevelt Hotel incident." The elevator dinged and Special Agent Torres stepped out. She'd been tracking Miranda's fraud for years, always one step behind the carefully crafted paper trails. 6 broken ribs, she noted, scanning my medical report. "You took quite a risk." "Worth it," I replied, handing her a VUSP drive. 5 years of surveillance. Every conversation, every threat, every accident she arranged. Her eyes widened. "You bugged her office." "She bugged her own office," I smiled. "Installed cameras to blackmail her staff. Never realized the feed was going to 2 servers." My phone buzzed. Marcus, calling with updates from the emergency board meeting. Miranda's arrest had sent shockwaves through the luxury hotel industry, especially now that her previous victims were coming forward. "The Roosevelt Hotel maid is willing to testify," Agent Torres said. "The one who fell down the laundry chute." "Angela Martinez," I nodded. "Miranda threatened to have her deported if she talked. Immigration already confirmed her visa status. She's safe now." The door opened again, and Dr. Harrison entered with more files. 3 more employees came forward this morning. All had accidents after questioning the charity accounts. "Speaking of charity," I said, pulling up the foundation's records, "every cent is being traced. The real charities will get their money back." "Mrs. Walker is demanding her lawyer," Sarah called from the doorway. "Which one?" Agent Torres asked with a smile. "The one who hid the Roosevelt money or the one who covered up the Plaza incident?" "Both are under investigation," I noted, along with her entire network of enablers. The elevator dinged again. Thomas Park, Miranda's first husband and owner of the Plaza, walked in. He'd flown in overnight after hearing about her arrest. "The Plaza's books," he said, placing a thick folder on my desk. "Everything she did before she met Marcus. The pattern started with me." I opened the folder, though I already knew what I'd find. Miranda had perfected her scheme over years, marry wealthy hoteliers, gain control of their charity foundations, siphon money through fake events, and silence anyone who noticed. "We found the offshore accounts," Agent Torres announced. "All 37 of them." Thomas sank into a chair. "I never understood why my accountant killed himself. Now I know, she drove him to it." "Not this time," I said firmly, touching my bruised ribs. "This time she picked the wrong accountant to intimidate." My phone buzzed again. A message from the prison. Miranda was still demanding to speak with me. "She claims she can explain everything," Sarah reported. "The security footage explains enough," I replied, queuing up the video of her kicking me down the stairs, along with the recording of her threatening Angela. Dr. Harrison checked my stitches. "The DA wants to know if you're pressing charges." "For the assault?" "Yes." I stood carefully, ribs protesting. "But that's just the beginning. Every person she hurt, every career she destroyed, every life she damaged, it all comes out now." Agent Torres gathered her files. "We'll need you to testify." "I'll be there," I promised. Front row, watching her perfect world crumble completely. As the FBI team left, Marcus called again. "The board approved everything," he reported. "The new charitable foundation, the employee protection programs, the whistleblower policies. Miranda's era is officially over." I looked out over the city from Miranda's former office, my office now. The view she killed to keep was just another piece of evidence against her. "Your sister would be proud," Thomas said quietly. "She tried to expose Miranda at the Plaza." "I know." I touched the stitches again. "That's why I spent 5 years working my way here. Some falls are worth taking." The morning sun glinted off a hotel's windows, and somewhere in a prison cell, Miranda was learning what it truly meant to fall from grace. 6 months later, I stood at the top of the same marble staircase where Miranda had tried to end my life. The bruises had faded, but the lessons remained, like the new safety railings now installed at every Sterling Hotel stairwell. "The jury's back," Marcus announced, joining me at the landing. "Guilty on all counts." 27 years. That was the price of Miranda's perfect life. 1 year for each person she had injured or killed during her rise to power. The judge had been particularly moved by Angela Martinez's testimony about the laundry chute accident. Her last victim impact statement was filed this morning, Sarah said, handing me a folder. Charlotte Park, Thomas's sister. I remembered Charlotte, the former hotel events coordinator who had accidentally fallen into the plaza's elevator shaft after questioning Miranda's charity numbers. She had survived, barely, but her dancing career had ended that day. The new foundation approved her medical grant, Dr. Harrison reported, along with rehabilitation programs for all of Miranda's victims. The Sterling Grand Hotel now hummed with honest activity. Gone were the fake charity galas and suspicious accidents. In their place, real charitable work flourished under transparent management. "The documentary crew is here," Sarah announced. "They're calling it The Long Fall. A hotel empire's dark secret." Miranda's lawyers tried to block it, Marcus added, but her prison confession changed everything. That confession had shocked everyone. After 3 months in prison, Miranda finally broke, admitting to every crime, every accident, every calculated step of her rise and fall. "I never meant for anyone to die," she told investigators. "But once you start pushing people down, it's hard to stop." My phone buzzed. Agent Torres with updates. They had found Miranda's first victim, a maid from 15 years ago, who had disappeared after discovering discrepancies in hotel records. She was alive, thankfully, though she had been living under a new name in fear. The Witness Protection Program brought out 7 more survivors, Sarah reported, all hiding from Miranda's network. "Not hiding anymore," I said firmly. "The Sterling hotels protect people now. We lift them up." The afternoon sun streamed through the grand windows, highlighting the new plaque on the wall. "In memory of those who fell, may their truth rise eternal." The board approved the scholarship program, Marcus said, for hospitality students from underprivileged backgrounds. Miranda's seized assets will fund it, I nodded. Seems fitting that her blood money finally helps people rise instead of pushing them down. Dr. Harrison checked my final medical report. The Physical Therapy Center for Injured Hotel Workers opens next month. We're naming it after your sister. I touched the faint scar above my eye, a permanent reminder of how far Miranda had fallen from her own humanity. But from that fall, something better had risen. The new hiring program placed 50 former victims in management positions, Sarah announced proudly, including Angela Martinez. She's running the Roosevelt now. The grand staircase gleamed in the fading light, no longer a weapon but a symbol of transformation. Every step Miranda had once used to climb her way up through violence now served as a pathway for others to rise properly. "Your sister would be proud," Marcus said softly. "This is what hotels should be, sanctuaries, not battlegrounds." I looked out over the lobby where I had once lain bleeding. Now it hosted job fairs, support groups, and real charitable events. Miranda's fall had taught the industry a valuable lesson about the true cost of luxury built on lies. "Some falls break you," I said, touching the railing. "Others teach you how to help others stand." And somewhere in her prison cell, Miranda was learning that the longest fall isn't down a marble staircase. It's from the person you could have been to the person you chose to become.